All right, hi everybody. Coach Charlie here from Grundas Yogalift, here to give a quick warm-up tutorial for indoor soccer. So that's what we're working on for the time being. This will run for a few months, but this can be done outside of those seasons. It can be taken on by other athletes, but it's just a good way to kind of warm up the lower body as we go ahead and start to move around a little bit. Mainly you just need a wall, and for each one of these, you're looking for about 10 to 15 reps. As you go ahead and progress, you can start to add up to 20 to 25. So again, you can start to lengthen that time out of that, of your training. So as I mumble through my words, we're still gonna try to do our best. So we start off with Tibialis Raises. So backs up against the wall, so I feel my low back pins down. And I step my feet out, maybe about the distance of my foot, maybe a little bit more. The further my feet are out, the tougher this exercise is gonna be. So start in and simply dorsiflex your foot. You're like, what does that mean? Flex your toes up towards your face and then gently place your toes back down. So this big flex all the way up, all the way back down. Again, 10 to 15, progress 20 to 25. So this is really a great way to get started. But you go, Coach Charlie, this is like a really weird exercise. What am I doing it for? Why do I go ahead and consider it? Well, the tibialis, this muscle that's out in the front, that actually helps with a lot of the shock absorption when you hit the ground. So as you're running around, jumping, all these other ones, their energy goes somewhere. So it's not the fact of jumping that creates the problem. It's a lot of how we land that ends up becoming problematic. If the muscles themselves aren't strong enough, it starts to rely on other things nearby. A lot of times people will have knee issues or ankle issues or just instabilities. So again, building strength in that area, incredibly important. So again, knock your first ones out, and then we do our second. Second one, hands come up against the wall. Step your feet back as far as what's comfortable until you feel a stretch in your Achilles. Now that's the tendon that runs on the back side of your foot. And you should feel a pull basically from your heel all the way up to the base of your knee. Like you should almost feel it into your hamstrings. So once you have this really good stretch all the way down, let your hips gently fall forward, increase the stretch. Again, we just look to do calf raises, so it's not even that difficult. All the way up, all the way back down. So from here, we're again warming up the calf, getting ready for our low body to start moving around. 10, 15, as you progress, 20 to 25. So that's our first two that we start with. The next ones are how do we get our hips to open up a little bit more. Now, as you progress, you could do it off of the wall, if you want to go ahead and work on balance, but a great way to start is just put your back up against the wall. Your knee comes up, gently pull it in, gently move it out, gently move it in, and then place it back down. You would do both sides. Again, 10 to 15 reps, progressing as you go, really focusing on your ability to externally rotate the hip. So as you progress, if I can get through any good words here, as you progress, you won't need the wall anymore. You can stand up, bring your knee out. So again, mainly priming the joint just to make sure that we can keep moving. It's a great way to go ahead and assess it beforehand to make sure everything's on the up and up. So again, both sides, work your way through it. The next piece of our warm-up is 10 to 15, but we keep going into that same idea, just air squats. The idea is to find a nice solid stance. Toes can slightly flare out. People's squats are all a little bit different. So if it's okay to be slightly out, you don't want to be way out. This is a little bit too far. So toes gently face forward, and you break at your hips and your knees. So it's not so much to go this way to come down. It's a lot more of hips and knees. Everything works together to work your way up. And again, if it's not really accessible, I can use the wall to kind of help me out and guide me on a straight path. You can start to identify if there's any other hip swing or something else that doesn't feel right. And then afterwards, we just get the body moving to get some blood flow in through your legs. So it just becomes simple high knees that would progressively get faster and faster and faster. And you can test that out a couple of times. Again, you don't have to do that 30 some odd times. But again, an opportunity to get blood flow in, and then some butt kickers, so heels would come up. And then you would systematically work to get faster. A great way to go ahead and warm up in only a couple of minutes. Again, scale it how you see fit, challenge it where you can, and good luck on the next one.